All right, everybody. I'm going to warn you that we are going to go down rumor. So here's an article from that Park Place, right?
Mhm.
Now,
Okay.
first of all, they're quoting it as a rumor, mainly because they are quoting that they have an inside source from Sony that told them this. Okay.
Okay.
It's important to preface that Park Place leans right wing, so you may not trust their information, or you may not trust that they have a legitimate source. So
Yeah.
take this for what it is. We don't have concrete information, but this is what they're saying. And I thought it was interesting. But according to them, Sony is scaling back advertising for Ghost of Yotei because the sales have started to collapse. And they don't think it's going to do well long term, and they don't want to spend money on advertising for a game that's not doing well.
Oof.
This is according to their source in Sony. Expanding upon that, according to their source in Sony, which is probably the same person, Sony is unhappy with working with Western developers and that they might drop Western developers, or at least exclusives with Western developers, and shifts to more Japanese.
Okay.
Specifically because of Ghost of Yotei and Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, which has not been received well on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, this is coming from a source that you may or may not trust.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is the game doing well? Here's a big question. Here's another person you may or may not trust, so take this for what it is. I have heard from multiple sources that digital, the best, more concrete number we have is the claim is that digital sales probably are about 1 million. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
$1 million or 1 million units?
Units. $1 million would be abysmal.
Yeah.
Now, according to Grums, who you might not trust, who is a political individual on the internet, he says that his sources have showed him 2.5 million accounts are playing it. Not sold, but are playing it.
Mm.
And this is down from 3.5 from Ghost of Tsushima in a comparative time period. Okay?
Okay.
So it's less
Is this
than Tsushima over the same period of time.
gotcha?
And Tsushima was a brand new IP.
Yes.
Yotei is not.
No.
Right.
It's theoretically living off the goodwill of the previous.
Yep.
Yep.
That's really bad. That's not great.
Super bad.
That's embarrassing.
To clarify, Tsushima actually picked up steam over time because people realized it was good and had a lifetime of 13 million. I don't think Yotei is going to have a lifetime of 13 million. Now, I want to clarify something, that there is a huge amount of people trying to glaze this game.
Oh, yeah.
Hard. Because they are invested in this game being successful because of ideological reasons. You might tell me, like, you might be sitting listening to this podcast going, Rhett, what are you talking about? Ideological reasons? Well, believe it or not, a lot of people believe that because a game might have a girl in it, that people aren't buying it because there's a girl in it. And now they believe, because they hate that attitude, that they now want it to be successful because there's a girl in it. It's almost like every movie that's ever come out that has a slight political twinge, or they mixed it up in some way, or they changed things for weird reasons. Let's take a Ghostbusters. People are invested that Ghostbusters 2016 had to do well because they hated that people didn't like it for the reasons they didn't like it. So now they had to like it because they didn't like the other people that didn't like it. And there has been a lot of effort to pretend this game is doing amazing. People have been quoting things off the board. I saw somebody directly from Sony claim the 1 million sales and praise. It's like, wow, we got 1 million sales. And then somebody get a clarification that that was down 40% from what Tsushima did. Usually sequels sell better than the game before.
Yeah.
Which is why when people talk about how well Spider-Man 2 did, you have to go, yeah, but it did worse than the first one.
Not in my mind.
Now, here's our danger. We, unlike the people that are trying to hype up the game and pretend that's doing well, you could argue maybe we're doing the opposite, that we're trying to pretend that the game is doing poorly. I don't like the direction they've headed. I've heard from people that it plays really well, but guess what? Tsushima played really well. So if they just did the basics of it played like the first one, it's already going to be good at some base level. The criticism is going to be the storytelling, the theme, and the character. And because of the change in the direction they've gone, I'm not interested. And this might sound cynical, but people make decisions, whatever reason, for not purchasing a game that they like. And I don't want to support a game where the main character is voice acted by somebody who has expressed very violent opinions on the internet. Maybe I'm insane, but I'm allowed to make that decision personally. If Donald Trump shows up in a game and you hate Donald Trump, I'm not going to roll my eyes and mock you for not wanting to buy the Trump game 2.0 or whatever garbage his game is going to be.
Going to be the greatest game. It's going to come in a gold game case.
So I'm trying to be very straightforward when we talk about these games, and this is my source. It happens to be biased. This is what I'm hearing, and these what seem to be the numbers. I would like bad games to not do well. I would like good games to do well. If you like Ghosts of Yotei, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Enjoy your game. Everybody seems to think when... I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. When you say you don't like something somebody likes, they take it personal and it's weird. It's not attacking you personally. And people self-identify with the things they like too much. If I don't like it, you like it, and it's okay. I'm not attacking you personally. I'm not saying you're a bad person.
Didn't have anything to do with it.
Conceivably, there's a scenario where you would be a bad person for liking something, but let's not go down that route of extremes. But it's great. This is what we know, and I think I've been upfront about the biases involved with the numbers I'm citing, but we don't know a lot right out the gate.
Yeah.
Here's an article from Famitsu. Apparently the Japanese don't like it either.
Really?
They apparently really like Ghost of Tsushima, was a huge hit in Japan. Ghost of Yotei is considered a successor. Let's see. Yeah, it seems to just be not selling well in Japan. I thought it had a bit. I probably have to go through it in a bit more detail. But Japan seems to be not hot on the game. They came around to Tsushima. They quite like Tsushima.
It's been a lot of L's for Japan lately as far as video games go.
Yeah, they're not happy with Shadows. They're not happy with the Yotei.
Other people making Japan games, and they're doing terribly.
It seems like Western developers interpreting Japanese culture doesn't seem to work out super well.
Not doing good. Not doing good.